This is the motivational one, the Disneyland one. How many of you have ever been to Disneyland? I went to Disneyland once when I was 14 years old. It was so magical and colorful. Mickey Mouse shook my hand. My favorite ride was Star Tours. Then I woke up. Having never been to Disneyland has negatively impacted my life. Science has proved that people who visit Disneyland regularly are happier than those who don't. Just Disney, an online magazine powered by Disney fans, suggests that visiting any Disneyland theme park makes people happier. I feel empty and suffer from severe FOMO, which means fear of missing out, and I believe it is because I have never set foot in the Magic Kingdom. When my mom and auntie reminisce about visiting Disneyland when they were younger, their eyes light up the whole room. They can still remember the smells of the park even though they haven't been there in over 20 years. They told me that about this show called Phantasmic that is a laser show put on at night. They got to attend one of the first showings because they lived in Southern California and were lucky enough to attend special events like that. I don't have any magical memories to share with my sister, and that makes me very sad. You might be wondering, why is this your problem? And I will tell you now, if visiting Disneyland regularly promotes happiness, it stands to reason that not visiting the park promotes sadness. I have a hard time living life day to day because I have nothing to look forward to or happy memories to glean from. This affects you, my teacher, because I am certain I would be a better student if I had the magic of Disneyland flowing through my veins. There are three possible viable solutions to our problem. The first solution is that Disneyland should be made more available for people who can't afford it. Disneyland offers a discount for Southern California residents. Disney World offers a discount for Orlando residents. Why isn't there a discount for people who have traveled far distances to get there? We were going to go to Disneyland this year in June actually, but the park is closed. My mom decided it would be best to drive there so we could save money. We would drive to Las Vegas and stay the night with my Aunt Leslie, then drive the rest of the way. Even with the money saved from not flying and staying with my aunt, it was going to cost nearly $5,000 for a 1-week vacation. Disneyland should offer a percentage discount to people who live far away so we can afford to visit at least once in our lifetimes. For instance, they could offer a 5% off for every state you are away from them. Idaho is 3 states away, so we would get a 15% discount, or something along those lines. The second solution is that Disneyland opens a new park right here in Idaho Falls. They could use all the land I saved by building up instead of out. If the park was here, I could go at least twice a year, then I would be happy and filled with magic. The third solution is that we move either to California or Florida so we can be closer to Disneyland. Life is better on the beach anyway, or so I'm told. A few suggestions I have to get my Disney fill are visit Lagoon and visit Disneyland virtually. Lagoon is only 3 hours away and counts as a theme park, but here's why that doesn't work for me. I could purchase a 2-day Disneyland pass for $117.50. I can purchase a 1-day ticket from Lagoon for $69.95. Lagoon does not offer discounts on multiple day tickets, so if I purchase 2, it would cost $139.90. Since I have never been to Disneyland, I have to take my mom's word for it that the park is clean, the food is great, and the rides transport you to a different world. I have been to Lagoon. It is dirty, the food is terrible, and the rides kind of feel like they're going to fall apart. Lagoon just makes me sad. I couldn't find an official virtual Disneyland website, but I did find an article in Country Living by Bree Dias that had 30 virtual rides, so I checked it out. The experience is through a person's cell phone or GoPro camera who actually got to visit Disneyland. I watched Splash Mountain because it was the first one on the list. I could sort of hear the music, but I couldn't see the scenery. It was just a whole lot of track and water. Snow White's Scary Adventures was better. The person recording it did a much better job, but I felt so disconnected. I decided to give it one more chance and watched Indiana Jones Adventures. That looks like a scary ride. I bet the part where the boulder looks like it's going to fall on you is way more intense when you're actually sitting in the Jeep. All those alternative solutions did was make me want to go to Disneyland even more. If every American citizen had the opportunity to visit Disneyland at least once in their life, we wouldn't be such an angry country. Students' grades would be better because they wouldn't because they would know that there is something magical that exists outside of school to look forward to. If nothing changes and people are still denied the magic of Disneyland, I fear homelessness and suicides will increase. Without something to look forward to, what is the point of working hard? People will just give up and decide to either end it all or live on the street. Um, Please join me in writing a letter to Disneyland asking them to help sad students find a little magic in their lives. While we wait for their response, let's figure out how to get a Disney store in our mall. We can ask the movie theater to change one of their screen rooms into a virtual tour ride. Think of all the possibilities. We could virtually visit other countries like underwater tours or in even outer space. Lack of magic in our lives must stop. We must not give up and settle for these mundane lives.